Hi everybody, I'm Michael Louden. Welcome back to Michael Louden TV, and in this episode we're going to be talking about Steve's Raider Stomp, held in Decatur. This is the 10th annual Steve's Raider Stomp. The race is meant for former Decatur athlete Steve Athlete, who tragically died in a car crash in 2003 at the age of 23 years old. He was born in 1980. So this race was set up in 2005 to benefit the Decatur track and the cross-country team. All the proceeds that are taken for the race go to that. And there's two athletes, too, that were chosen today that received $1,000 scholarships for college. So that's great. Those are Decatur athletes that won those scholarships. So let's get on to the race. This is one of my favorite races to run all year. I run tons of 5K races, and there's tons of different ways that people put it on and treat you really well. This race, I mean, it's hard to stack this race up against any other race simply for the way they treat you. This race is part of the Kalamazoo Runner Series, so I earned points for running in this today, but I had two different races I could choose from. I could choose to go to Decatur and run this, which is about 45 minutes away from me, or I could go down to Parchment and run in the Kindleberger Summerfest 5K run, which is, simply about a 10-minute drive from here. And no offense to Kindleberger, but, I mean, Steve's Raider Stomp just doesn't stack up really, just is, like, way, way up there in just how they treat you. And, I mean, if there was, like, any other race that was held this day as well, I'm going to choose Raider Stomp over another race just simply because of how they treat you. First off, getting there was almost disastrous for me today because I took what I thought I was going to get on the highway at Sprinkle Road and totally forgot, oh, they're under construction there. So I had to go down eastbound and then hit westbound. And I only ended up being about 20 minutes early, so that wasn't good for me. I didn't get a chance to do a warm-up run, but I ended up stretching out, getting my stuff obviously fine. This is the look at the t-shirt. Steve's Raider Stomp 5K run, 10K run, 5K walk. Usually the race was held in August. They moved it up this year. Not sure really why, because it wasn't really competing yet with any other races. That's why I've always really done Kindleberger. And then on the back you've got all the sponsorships as well of all the businesses taking part and helping out to help fund the race. But yeah, move the race up to July, but it's just a very well-run race. First off, when you get there, really well organized. You can, look at a course of a map of the course, so you can see exactly where the route takes you, so you're familiar with that already. Very well organized, getting your bib number. Then you go down and get your t-shirt. And then you get a small gift already. You get a little bag to put everything in. In fact, here's the bib. I was number 392. And, very nice bib. It has the name of the race on it as well. And I wrote my time already on there. I do that with every bib. I always write my time, my overall place, and what place I got in my age group. So, after that, hit the restroom really quickly and then went out for the race, and they sung the national anthem before the race. They don't do that necessarily at every 5K race or any other race you do. Sometimes you get there, you're good to go, and then the race starts. But they sung the national anthem. They had a member from the VFW post there fire off the gun at the start, a very loud gun, and you get to cross a mat too. So no matter how far you start back, your time doesn't start until you hit that. So that's a very good thing as well. And this course is very nice and flat. It has only two small hills in it, very small bumps, and those are in the second mile. So anyways, you're out in the country running. It's very beautiful, very peaceful, so you don't have to worry about traffic. They shut the roads down for this race, so you don't have to worry about cars on one side. So it's just a very beautiful, very peaceful run. So I made sure, because if you watched the video for the Pace for Poverty run, I said I gassed myself within the first half mile. Well, I made sure this time not to do that. I got off to my quick burst and then eased into my pace. and going along the country roads, you know, so you can see where you're going too, because it winds around, curves around, and before you know it, you're at the first mile mark. And I forgot to bring my watch in with me, but my first mile time was 6:27, so around right where I want to be for that first mile. You know, not out way too fast and not out too slow either. And then after the first mile, you kind of go out a little bit more, get to a half mile longer. You turn left. That's where the 5K runners go. If you went straight, you're doing the 10K. One of these years I'll have to do the 10K for this race because you actually get to run around the lake. I actually did part of my cool down run on the 10K route. It's very winding, very, you know, a lot of small turns, so you don't have to run straight for a long ways, which is something that I don't necessarily like. So, I mean, because I don't like to see exactly how far I have to go to get to the next point. And on the 5K route, you tend to see that. So it's a little, you know, it can hurt you mentally a little bit, but you got to just be mentally focused. So anyways, after that, I hit the turn. They had water stops out there as well at the 1 mile mark, close to the 2 mile mark as well. I didn't hit him. I just kept going. Passed one runner, just past the mile mark, passed another one right before the 2 mile mark, and that's when we're running back in one of the subdivisions. And that's when the only time on the 5K route you can see the lake, which is just off to the right side of you. You hit your couple of dips, you run, and then you're back out, turn right, and you're heading back toward the finish line. Saw some of the 10K runners, excuse me, and saw some of the walkers as well. So you're hitting the same route that you had the first mile for your last mile. So it winds around again. You can see exactly where you're going. As well, so just straight, you know, once you wind it around the turn, straight away to the finish. It's probably about quarter mile from there. You hit it, and then you turn into the park that they have there, just down past the high school. That's where you finish under a nice little finishing area, and I crossed the line. Ended up taking 10th overall, and I got first in my age group and had a time of 20:41. So definitely better than what I did at the Pace for Poverty when I was 21:06 and burnt myself out within the first half mile. Now, this is where this race really sets itself apart, is the after part of the race. Right as soon as you cross the line, there are volunteers there to hand you a towel to cool you down. I've never been at another race where you get a towel to just, you know, cool yourself down. Usually you're using your shirt, you know, which isn't cool. It's warm at that point because, you know, you've been running in it and it's covered with sweat, but you get to use this towel that's, you know, soaked in cold water, you know, really refreshing, makes you feel good, cools you down right away. Then there's someone there to hand you a popsicle as well. They treat you so well at this race. And then you also get a nice finisher's gift. Everybody gets a finisher's gift. This year, I ended up getting the Steve's Raider Stomp coffee mug. Now, I don't drink coffee, but, you know, you can put other beverages in it as well. I've gotten a lunchbox from there. I've gotten a water bottle. So they treat you well. They had, you know, bags to hand you, you know, that you could have grabbed as well, and many other small finisher's gifts that everybody can get. I mean, there's not many races where you get to take stuff like that. I mean, the food is excellent. Strawberries, grapes, plums, watermelons, giant chocolate chip cookies. You know, of course, someone's handing you water when you're going by the finisher's table as well. So, I mean, the effort put in by the volunteers of this race, the organizers of it, I mean, just very, very well, fantastically run. Like I said, it doesn't, I mean, you can't stack this race up to any other. It's like levels above any other. And like I said, I would choose to run this race any day versus another one. No offense to other races. I mean, most of the races I've done have been well organized and they all treat you well, but this one just takes it to the next level. I mean, way over the top, and I mean, very well done. And I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers for doing that. Now, other things that they do for this, I mean, they don't just recognize the runners for this. They also recognize the walkers, and a lot of races don't do that. They don't recognize the walkers and give them awards. But this race does, because usually if you're walking in the 5K, you tend to just end up being thrown in with your results. Just tend to be thrown in with the runners. But this one is completely separate. The walkers get a completely separate thing. You get, you know, medals, trophies for it. 5K run, 10K run, you get medals and trophies. In fact, they give you nice big medals too. Steve's Raider Stomp, and then on the back, it gives you your place, your age group, and what distance you were running. And it says 2015 on the band as well. So that's, you know, just a nice, big, fantastic medal. I mean, other races give you medals, but how many of them really engrave things on the back or have a nice, huge medal like this? And then the last thing that they do, when you get your award, you get to stand on a podium that they have out. And they have, you know what gender you are, what age you are, and what run, you know, or walk you took place in. You know, you got third place, first, second place, and then first place in the middle. So almost like the Olympics as well. I mean, and you get to take that picture. That's a free thing that they offer. That if you finish, you know, in the top 3 in your age group, you get to take a free picture. You know, and I've got 3 of them so far. So I mean, it very, very well. I mean, I can't say enough how very, very well they treat you there. Very well organized as well. And then at the end, you also get a chance to win $100 in a raffle. Anybody who entered in the event has their bid number automatically entered into that. Unfortunately, I didn't take the $100 home, but you know, that's completely fine. No big deal there. So definitely for any of you that run, if you're in, you know, Michigan or plan to travel to Michigan, Steve's Raider Stomp is the place to be. I don't know if 2041 is my best time on this course. I'll have to look that up. I'll probably post that in the comments if it is. But I mean, what's the best? I mean, I want to ask all you viewers, what's the best, you know, 5K race, 10K race, half marathon, or if it's a completely different race, you know, that's a unique race. What's the best race you've ever ran in and where they've treated you very well and they went way, way over the top for? So comments below in the comment section will be appreciated, and I will respond to those. Subscribe to me for more content. I'll post a link to my Twitter in the description. You can follow me on there. This is Mike Louden for the Steve's Raider Stomp recap. Over and out.